January 16, 2025 marks the arrival of Assetto Corsa Evo, the most anticipated racing game of the year. It offers unprecedented features in the world of racing games and seems to surpass its predecessors on numerous aspects. This video provides a summary of key information about Assetto Evo before its early access launch on January 16, 2025 for PC on Steam. For the console versions, you will have to be patient. They are planned, but we don't have a date. In this video, we'll provide a comprehensive debrief of all the information about Assetto Evo, including the latest news on Day 1 content and features that players can enjoy from the game's launch. This serves as both a news update and a summary of what we know so far. Assetto Corsa Evo, the third installment in the series, deviates from the concepts of its predecessors, Assetto Corsa and Assetto Competizione. Evo aims to push the boundaries even further by maximizing various aspects of the game. The game is developed by Kuno Simulazioni, and there's something quite important to know about this Assetto Evo. It's that the whole base of this Assetto has been redone from scratch. They've created a new graphic engine and a physical engine specifically for this third installment of Assetto. And they really did it. So you will have understood, this new Assetto Corsa Evo will be much more beautiful than the previous Assetto Corsa competition, thanks to a new, more precise, more detailed graphic engine. Just look at the rendering of the cars to realize that Assetto Corsa Evo can easily compete with very big, high-budget productions like Gran Turismo or even Forza. The details on the cars are really impressive, especially for the interior of the vehicles. The environments are notably better than on Assetto 1 or Assetto Competition. The game will support ray tracing as well as DirectX 12 technology. The required and recommended configurations have been available on Steam for some time now. The key question is whether these configurations are required and recommended once the game leaves early access or from the start. Currently, it's uncertain how each config will respond to Assetto Evo's optimization. The only publicly testable versions of Assetto Corsa Evo have been available at various events. And from what we've been able to see in terms of in-game screenshots, but also screenshots taken on the phone to show a little bit of the test of this OEVO, it looks beautiful and it looks smooth. Some optimization work is likely in the coming months, but the foundation appears solid and healthy. So we have these improved graphics thanks to a new graphics engine, but we also have a completely reworked physics, with also a new physics engine that will take much more things into account. And rest assured, the developers from Kuno Simulazioni said it, the game will be as realistic as possible. Even if, and we will talk about it later in this video, some features might suggest that Assetto Corsa Evo is trying to find a new audience of players, and to cast a slightly wider net. Between quotes, Assetto Evo will be a sim, and it will be an ultra-realistic sim. We're playing a game optimized for a steering wheel. There's limited info about controller compatibility. While a controller can likely be used, the game is designed for a steering wheel. Will it be enjoyable? We don't know yet. Many aspects of car physics have been reworked, including tire and suspension reactions. The first gameplays and slow-motion zooms showcase the car's reactions based on the surface type and asphalt roughness. The physics simulation goes quite far, surpassing that of Assetto Corsa. It likely surpasses that of Assetto Competizione too. There will be a day-night cycle, and the game will manage dynamic weather. This means that during a race it can start to rain in a somewhat random way. And indeed, driving in the rain has received special attention, so that the game finally simulates aquaplaning correctly, and different levels of grip depending on the real amount of water and the humidity of the track. The grip you experience when driving through a puddle varies depending on your path. Following another driver's tracks also results in different grip levels. The physics engine considers numerous new features, providing a completely new basis for an innovative game concept. Since Assetto Evo is going to offer, and this is really the first time we've seen this in the history of racing video games, the game is going to offer at the same time an ultra-realistic sim, circuit races, and at the same time also an open world. And that is the dream of many people. For years, people have been saying, I would dream of an open world with Assetto Corsa's physics. This dream is becoming a reality with the upcoming release of Assetto Corsa Evo. Instead of 10 minutes from the start, we'll discuss the precise release date for this famous open world in the coming weeks. Remember, this open world is still a madness because it's 1,600 square kilometers that will be added gradually to the game, section by section. It's a 24.85 miles by 24.85 miles completely real map of the Nürburgring surroundings. Everything has been scanned with light detection and ranging, which means that the roads you see in the game are exactly the same roads that you will be able to see in real life around a grass. As I was saying, everything has been modeled with LiDAR, all the buildings have been faithfully reproduced, and by the way, we were able to see a little comparison on the videos of Misha Sharudin. Sorry, I probably pronounced his name very badly. But he made a small comparison between the real places VS and the same places in the game, and it's quite bluffing, and it looks pretty nice. Even if, by the way, maybe that's why it's pretty nice. Assetto decided to keep a rather neutral artistic direction, not to expect flashy colors like on Forza Horizon, and maybe that's for the best. There will be kilometers of road to travel, there will be traffic, there will be the possibility to participate in multiplayer. And the possibilities seem a little bit endless because Ikunos Himotsani said that basically what the community will want, it will have on this famous open world. They even considered the police presence. So that doesn't mean it will be there one day, it just means they've thought about it, and there's really no limit. The open world in this game is quite remarkable, with all locations visually reproduced to near perfection. But there are a whole bunch of places in this open world with which we can interact. There will be shops where we can spend our money to customize our cars to improve them. These will be real shops that we can find in real life around the Nürburgring. There will also be car rental companies. We can go there, pay a certain amount and have a car for a determined duration, with which we can roam in the open world or go do a track day on the Nürb. And in this open world, even a special off-road area is planned, with the updates that will come. Also proof that the physics has been improved, since off-road for now on Assetto, it wasn't great. In this open world, we can also have jobs, missions, more or less RP challenges to complete that can be very realistic, or rather based on sporty driving. And all of this will earn you money that you can then spend on the game. Because yes, and this is also a big novelty of this Assetto Evo, there will be money in the game that we will unlock by racing, by completing objectives. There will be a player level, experience points, and everything you do in the game will have an impact on your XP points or your virtual bank account. Money is a new feature in Assetto Evo, enabling players to purchase cars and more, which is a significant addition to the game. You will be able to buy cars. And there too, they have gone quite far since there will be a showroom. And in this showroom, you will be able to customize your cars with the manufacturer's options, meaning you can choose between several models of rims that actually exist on the car you're about to buy. Several colors, several interior finishes, and also several aesthetic options. For instance, various aero packs will impact the total cost. Knowing, and this too is a novelty, that afterwards, once your car is purchased, you can customize and improve it with various technical and aesthetic components. This raises a question. Where will we be able to do this? Will it be directly in the menus? Will it be in the open world? Will it be both? Will we be able to do the same things in terms of customization and car improvement via the game menus in the classic career as in the open world? In the different shops that will sell parts. We have limited knowledge at present. However, we are certain that there will be money to purchase cars and make improvements, customizations, and that each car will have its story, its pedigree, and that it will have an impact on its value. This indicates the possibility of reselling cars to other players, similar to Forza's auction room, though this is unconfirmed, and I may be digressing. The game will offer solo modes like quick racing, where you choose a circuit and car, and a career mode. Details on the career mode are limited as Assetto Corsa and Kunos Simulazioni have never managed such an ambitious project with a career mode potentially similar to Gran Turismo or Forza. The game will feature both solo and multiplayer modes. The open world will offer races in multiplayer later on. Multiplayer won't be available at launch but will be added in the first updates. Like the open world, which won't be available at launch but will come with the first mages, I reiterate. What's planned for the first day? We've gathered a lot of information on the topic over time. I'll compile a list of the 5 confirmed circuits for you. We also have 20 cars, and among these 12 that are confirmed. So here, it's the same. I will put the list together for you so as not to make this part last 15 minutes. There's a bit of everything in terms of style, from compact cars, supercars, track cars, sedans, German, Italian, Japanese, there's everything. So this is really the content available at Early Access, January 16th, 2025. Developers have confirmed that by version 1.0, the game will feature about 100 cars and many more circuits. Development will continue after 1.0 with planned updates and DLCs. Still about cars, know that the developers are betting on the final version. On about 80% of road cars and 20% of racing cars. The kick of Assetto, and that's also why we really love it, is to take road cars on circuit. And that, they have not forgotten. From January 16th, we will therefore have the solo practice mode available, the quick solo race mode, the economy with car rental, car purchase, experience points, rewards, the driver profile, licenses, and the driving school. Similar to Gran Turismo, you need to reach a certain driving level to access specific races in the career mode, and to validate this level of driving, you will need to pass a license. The driving school, the driving academy, will serve two purposes. The game aims to train new players who have never done a sim before, while also allowing experienced players to perfect their skills with a medal system or rewards similar to Gran Turismo, featuring challenges of varying difficulty to achieve. The minimum times to achieve, once achieved, will allow you to get your license and access the events in question. But if you want to go further and try hard the best scores, you will probably have specific rewards. Day 1 too. From January 16th, there will be VR support, triple screen support, the car purchase system, so basically the dealership, and car customization. Many features are already available on Day 1, with more to come in updates. The devs have announced that Kuno Simulator Ni aims to reach version 1.0 between summer and fall 2025, so expect updates within the next 8-10 months. In 8-10 months, the game will have the open world, 80 manuals, numerous circuits, and many other features added. Obviously, we will also talk about mods, because you should know that Day 1, there will be no mods, because the developers simply want to finish the base of the game and offer some downloadable content inevitably along the way, before allowing mods. A mod system will be introduced in version 1.0, which is expected to be released in a year. But anyway, it's not too serious because there is a lot of content on the base game and a lot of things to do. Regarding the mods, the developers want to avoid the anarchy seen in Assetto Corsa 1. The game will feature a modding system. They want, in quotes, on one hand to avoid there being rip-offs. That is to say that people pirate the mods of other people, modify 3 pixels and publish them under their name. On the other hand, also reward people who make stylish mods that players enjoy. The form of mods is uncertain, whether financial or visual, but their existence is assured. The mods will offer extensive possibilities, but the system may not be as open and tolerant compared to Assetto Corsa 1. The devs understand that the drift community is one of the biggest in Assetto Corsa, which is why they will include a drift mode in Assetto. So for now, there is not much information on the subject. We do not know if it will be a scoring system, how it will work. We do not know if it will be solo or multi. We do not know if it will be integrated into the career or if it will really be a kind of separate Assetto drift in the game, but we know they thought about the drifter, which means that the physics must have been worked on this point to delight you. I mentioned it a little earlier in the video, but it aims for a final version running in 2025, and we know that in terms of the pace of updates, we should be on an update about every 4 to 6 weeks. So you may not be expecting ultra-regular updates like on a Forza, precisely every 4 weeks. It may be a bit fluctuating, but that's the pace that is targeted. We can perhaps assume more updates at the beginning because there will probably be bugs to fix, probably optimization to do. So there, I think we've covered the main information about this Assetto Evo. One question remains unanswered, clearly related to the console versions. We can assume that it will be only PS5 Xbox Series. The big question remains, does Kuno's Simulator Sony have the means to achieve its ambitions? We'll find out on January 16th, 2025. But it's true that everything that Kuno's Simulator Sony promises, it's incredible. If everything is there, it's likely one of the best racing games of all time. We've seen many high-budget AAA games fail, while Kuno's Simulator Sony had a smaller budget. It makes us question how Kuno's Simulator Sony could have succeeded where bigger, stronger developers have failed. I'm incredibly eager to personally witness this announced madness with my own eyes. The good news is that even if you're not interested in Assetto Corsa Evo, it will likely have a significant impact on the racing game genre. If Assetto Corsa delivers an exceptional racing experience, it will push other studios, including big ones with significantly larger budgets, to offer equally ambitious features in their racing games. And above all, if Assetto Evo succeeds, it's really the dream of many players coming true. No one has offered that yet. Yeah, we have open-world games, but generally, it's with quite unrealistic driving. On the other hand, we have very realistic games, but they are always limited to a track. We've never had a game like this that bridged the two. And I think we were all looking forward to something serious coming into the world of racing games and shaking things up and moving the lines a bit. And that's what Assetto Evo is trying to do. So very eager to discover this for myself. Know for info that it is quite possible that I may be able to start discovering the game slightly before the 16th. I should be able to manage to start the live on it before. So if you want to discover the game in preview, well, don't hesitate to come follow on my Twitch. So as soon as the live starts, you have a little notification. Don't hesitate to prime if you want to give a little boost to the channel. It's always a pleasure. If there's any other crucial information, feel free to include it in the comments. I aimed to make this video brief to keep it under 40 minutes. Thanks for watching, and see you soon for more discoveries.